You're gonna find nothing but disaster.
Day 666 in the Big Brother house. CC Chris is trying to figure out if he's got crabs.
Okay. That's a crab ragoon from the new place that just opened up down the street. Okay, let's take it apart, shall we? Let's take it apart. You're gonna find nothing but disaster. Okay, all right, let's take it apart. Okay, hold on.
And here the male flat earther picks apart his food in a search for listening devices.
You gotta piece it apart. Okay?
What you are about to witness is the first recorded evidence of a flat earther using a tool in the wild. Due to his generally lesser intelligence, it is taking him much longer than one might expect. And so he has reverted to using his knuckle-dragged hands. Maybe next time, old chap.
Do you see any crab in there? I don't see any crab in there. What is this? Imitation Nothing. I see no crab in there at all.
So I guess my question is, and to quote the great Peter Griffin, oh my god, who the hell cares? First of all, as I said, who the hell cares? Not really sure why you've titled this Flat Earth in any way, shape or form, but now we're seeing you knuckle deep in this piece of whatever this thing is over here. Yeah, sometimes food's bad. It's not a big conspiracy. It's those blasted undercover NASA chefs again. I'm watching you, Francois.
I don't even know. Horrible. Stand by.
Standing by for orders, sir. Just not for food orders, because I'm not going to be responsible for you getting jiggy with your food.
Let me clean up here. So that shit isn't regulated?
Whoa, hold up a second here now. What are you, a bat? Why did you move to Australia? Why are you upside down? I swear to you lads and lassies, I had nothing to do with this. This man is upside down on his own. That's pretty impressive. He must have a lot of hair product in to keep that, I don't know what you'd even call that ice cream looking thing on his head from flopping while you're upside down. Top marks.
So that shit isn't regulated at all? That crappy food? Which I threw out?
I gotta say, I kind of wonder already where this conspiracy theory is going. He's talking about that crappy food that I just threw out. It's like, dude, you ordered it. You bought it. You know what I had for my dinner, folks? I had a 50-day-old aged steak with some organic, locally grown potatoes with some butter on it. And it was delicious. And it probably cost less than your average McDonald's meal. Nothing too fancy, but absolutely delicious organic food. Not that I'm like a big organic kind of person, but it was cheap and delicious. Why are you complaining about what you bought for yourself? That's like going up to a mousetrap, sticking your pecker in it, and then complaining about the mousetrap. That was your choice. Where could the conspiracy theory possibly be going? I want you to pause the video right now if you're watching. Leave a comment down below. Seriously, do this. Tell me where you think this could possibly be going. I'm going to have a guess, and I genuinely have not watched this video in its entirety. I'm going to guess that he's talking about the fake food is indicative of our fake society, yada yada yada. Let me know down below.
So why do these politicians care about your health? And meanwhile, you can eat whatever the you want. Huh? Follow the money.
Wait a minute, so you're complaining about there not being more governmental oversight of what you eat while you, as an adult, allegedly, are able to go out and buy whatever food you like? I don't understand where this is coming from. Now, I'm guessing he means about faxes and stuff like that. Why do they care about that but not other things? Because get what? Get what? Mother of God, I need more coffee. Because guess what, genius? When you eat a cheeseburger, you're doing the damage to you, not people around you. That's probably what you're getting at here. And I just gotta bump his volume up a little bit here, because he's whispering and methinks his wifey is nearby and he is terrified. Don't worry about the government, worry about your wife.
When these politicians become multi-millionaires because of their political position that they have, when they buy these multi-million-dollar houses, you question, how do they get to that position when they're only making $100,000 a year? Oh, maybe because they've got a little bit of pocket greasing going on, because they're getting paid off. So follow the money and you'll find out where it ends. That's what's happening. It's a shame. If you don't see this, you don't see the lies, then you're lost.
Breaking news. Politicians can sometimes be very untrustworthy. Wait, what? Oh, we knew that already. Oh. Well, this guy just... Okay. So I guess my question now is, how did we get from crab thing, whatever that was that you were trying to identify the crab that you abused, to politicians getting backhanders? I agree with Chris there. Yes, a lot of politicians make a lot of money solely for being politicians. And yes, I agree that those people need to be held accountable for those things. 100%. However, what I fail to see is how that has anything to do with the crab thing that you bought that you sexually assaulted right on the internet. I don't see the connection here. Does anybody see the connection here?
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 12/31/21.
Profound.
You know, a lot of people tell me, is this all you talk about is flat Earth?
No, they ask you that. They don't tell you that. One's a question, the other's a statement.
Yes. That's what I talk about. You know why? Because since we were children, we've been fed that everything's a globe. See that globe that's in front of your child at school? That he or she sees every single day. Every day it's sitting there.
Other than geography class in high school, we actually didn't have a globe on our desks. I went to 2 different primary schools and 1 high school, and as I said, I never had that. I had this kind of map, which kind of goes against your whole point here, I think.
Every day you were told that you live on a globe.
Nope. No, I wasn't. Most people aren't told every day that they live on a globe. Anybody out there with kids, comment down below. Ask your kid now if you get a chance. When they're in school, does the teacher tell them every single day that they live on a globe? Do they even tell you once a week? Probably not. It probably comes up once or twice in maybe science class or, like I said, geography or maybe mathematics. But aside from that, no, I wasn't told every day that I live on a globe, and I'm sure kids today aren't either. Ask your kids, let me know.
Well, here, you live on a flat land, covered with a dome, and there is no space.
Well, now that you mention it like that, I am totally convinced. I'm sure all of you are watching too. Let Chris know down below. Say thanks, CC. Now I'm totally convinced. Really, a big glass dome and there's no space. That makes perfect sense, right? Everybody? Nope, nobody? I wouldn't expect there to be anybody actually respond to me there because I'm in a room on my own with, ironically, some shrimp, which are kind of like crabs. No, are they though? No, probably not really. I wish they taught me that in school instead of constantly telling me I live on a globe.
So that's what you're going to hear from me. All the time. To get through the thick-skulled people who just can't comprehend that we live on a flat land. We're motionless. We're not moving. Nothing up there exists.
But you just told us that there was a dome up there. So does the dome also not exist? What about the heavens or waters or whatever beyond that you also said before exist? Do they not exist? Now I'm just confused, man. Now I'm just totally confused. All those years of being told, hey, welcome to science class. You live on a globe. Welcome to history class, where it's all history on a globe. Welcome to home economics class, lads and lassies, where today we're going to be cooking a cake in the shape of a globe, because that's what you live on.
It's like going down that hidden planetarium. You can't land on it. It just lights in the sky. A wonderful, amazing light show up there. There always will be. And that's what I tell people. When I say, hey Chris, how you doing? Well, everything's still flat. No one's been able to tell me and prove to me that we live on a globe. Everything's stationary.
Now, Chris, I want you to take a deep breath here, my friend, because this might be hard for you to hear. These are some home truths. I'm guessing that a lot of people don't talk to you specifically for that reason. Can you imagine talking to this guy in a daily basis? Can you imagine being the guy that lives down the hall from him? You're out getting your mail. It's like, hey, good morning, CC here, Chris. Getting the old mail? Yeah, I'm getting the flat mail because we live on a flat earth. Going through like the drive-thru. It's like, hi, can I get a cheeseburger, please? Yes, please. That'll be $4. How's your day today, sir? Oh, you know yourself, flat, because everything's flat. Can you imagine living like that? Seriously. Or even having to live near this guy.
Another thing I want to get into real quick. When I'm sitting next to somebody or standing there pumping my car up with gas, or sitting on the grocery line, and hearing people complain about the prices of everything, the one thing I ask them is, who'd you vote for? And usually the answer is the current president. So don't give me your bullshit, okay? He's there. He's the reason why everything is out of whack. Well, not really, in a way. He's a puppet, but...
So let's just say for a minute that the current administration is the cause of all the world's woes. Now, I'm not getting into politics on this one. I don't have an opinion on it. You're not going to hear it from me. But let's just say that is the case. So you say to the person, who'd you vote for? They say Joe. You say, well, then it's your own fault. But then you immediately after that say that it's not his fault because he's just a puppet. So what's the point in that conversation in the first place? Make up your mind.
You remember very quickly when they stopped saying Merry Christmas? It was about 15 years ago, 20 years ago, so somewhere around there. They kind of excluded that. It was just Happy Holidays. You know, and it was just all the big corporations that did it.
Now, my understanding of why some people say Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas is either that they are part of a religion that doesn't celebrate Christmas but celebrates similar holidays. In fact, that particular time of the year is the time of the year that many different religions and groups have holidays. So in my case, when I greet people at Christmas time, I say Merry Christmas because that's what I was brought up with. I celebrate Christmas as just a thing for family and enjoyment. I certainly don't celebrate it for Christian values. I have a Christmas tree, which, believe it or not, is not Christian at all. In fact, it comes from an earlier time, etc., etc. So I would say that a lot of that was probably for inclusivity's sake, and you're probably right in saying that it is mostly just the big corporations. I think some Starbucks cups had just Happy Holidays on it, and then they switched to just red cups or something like that. But I must say, in all of my 30 years, nobody that I can remember has ever actually said to me in person, Happy Holidays. Christian or not, they've said Merry Christmas. I've got friends of other religions who have said Merry Christmas to me this year. It's got nothing to do with religion. It's got nothing to do with this paranoia that you have about destroying religion and, you know, ushering in a new age of irreligiosity or whatever you want to call it.
So this is the reason why people voted Trump in, you know, to get the country back, you know, to where it was originally, you know. I mean, they're now trying to, God, the politicians are telling you what you should and should not do. The politicians are telling you you should that child, whether you like it or not. They're forcing you to do it here in New York. You can't bring your children down to New York into a park or anything like that. And then people ask why you voted for Trump. See, I don't vote, so I don't give a shit, but I'm just saying why people voted Trump in. Okay? Is because of you. The people who have voted for all these other idiots that have destroyed this f***ing country to a point to no end, where people have lost their jobs, they've lost everything. And that is why people have voted for Trump. I'm sorry. That's the reason why. Whether you like him or not, who the f*** cares? The reason why he was voted in is because of what this country right now, in the disaster that it's in right now. And I don't care what state you're in. Okay? You have third world trash in every state.
So we have the smooth transition from crab meat to globes to racism. Gotcha. Now you folks know that I am not quick to call something racism. In fact, I think that the quickness with which people use that term has diminished it somewhat because its potency has been destroyed by that. But calling people third world trash, that's just gross, man. That is disgusting.
Coming to you. So don't give me this bull numbers and all this garbage. None of these people have been tested that have been coming up here. They can do whatever the they want. Oh, god damn. You know, really, that's the state this country's in. So, Happy New Year. Hopefully it'll be better. I thank you for subbing, I thank you for viewing my videos and let me be a part of your life.
And a very happy flat new year to you, CC Chris from New York. Now, I would just say, I actually feel bad for this guy at times because it must be terribly isolating to be in a scenario where you think the whole world is against you and all of that kind of stuff. And it's at this point that I want to recognize the fact that that is quite a common feeling for a lot of people out there, and it is our duty as fellow human beings to support people who are in a situation like that. It is very easy to feel isolated in an environment where, you know, you've gone through 2 years of this stuff now, and it is really, really hard for people. CC seems to have made his bed with this whole thing, and he seems to have isolated himself from people, or at least by his manner and his, you know, things that he talks about, people probably don't want to be involved with him. But this is just a message as the new year goes on about people out there who do need support. The elderly people in your community, the homeless people in your community that can really use your support these days. I'm not asking for anything. I'm not asking for you to donate to any charity or anything. Do what you can, or do what you feel is right for those people. I see it a lot here in Ireland at the moment. Although it is the end of December, it's remarkably warm for this part of the world at this time. But it is very wet and rainy, so I've seen a lot of homeless people out there really struggling. You know, we did a whip around to see what we could do. Think about what you can do out there. It doesn't have to be money, it doesn't have to be stuff. It can just be a kind word to somebody from time to time. But anyway, lads and lassies, I'll leave you with that. I thank you for viewing, thank you for subbing, thank you for letting me be part of your life. Lads and lassies, thank you so much, and a very happy new year to you all, and I hope 2022 is as good as possible for all of you out there. Sláinte.